Hey guys, Chase and Tracy here today. Let's jump straight into it. An NFT to buy. All right, the NFT to buy today is Mechaverse. It doesn't actually drop until the 25th. Actually, they haven't given a firm date, but they say somewhere between the 25th and 30th. The reason I'm showing this to you here today is this is one that you're going to want to get after, do some research on, be prepared for early on. They have 99,000 Discord followers, I think.
Wow.
92,000 Twitter followers. Like, it's grown exponentially. When I very first saw this project, like, what was it? Maybe 2 weeks ago, 10 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
It was like 40,000 followers. So it's growing quickly, rapid pace, and to numbers you don't normally see, which is obviously a good sign. It's also something pretty unique. You know, as we cover, you see a lot of animals, you see a lot of apes, you see a lot of punks, you see a lot of pixels. This is something totally different, kind of calling on, as you can see there, transformer
Yeah,
type
totally.
Autobot. So kind of a cool thing here, but this is them 8,888 unique mechas. You can see they all look very unique and different, which is nice. Their focus is really the 3D art. You can tell they're 3D artists. I'll show you some of their. This is their physical, or not physical, their digital pieces that have sold or that they've put up on OpenSea or other forums and platforms. And they've sold. I mean, you can see they do great work. Their 3D art is amazing, beautiful. I think this one sold for 3 ETH. This one sold for 6 ETH.
How long
Like,
ago was that those sold?
this was a few weeks ago. Um, and so they're already known in the space. You can tell they've got a little bit of a following early on, and people like their work. So with these grabs and possibly quick flips, it's always important to have the following and the artwork, because then after reveal it'll go up. If they're doing a reveal, it helps. It helps, right? It gets people's interest peaked once they see that, and then they're going to be looking at, instead of what you see a lot of people focusing on the metaverse, it looks like they're going to go straight into trying to do physical pieces, which I thought was cool.
That's cool. You don't see that.
Yeah, so you're going to be looking for figurines of these guys. Looks like they want to bring in other type of mecha, you know, not necessarily compete with them, but collaborate with different mecha artists or licenses. Think of, a mecha by Transformers or something of that sort. Like, it looks possible. Especially if they have keep the buzz that they have right now. So um, I'll say the bummer part about this is mint price is 0.2. The date hasn't been released, so it's a little rich for an initial release, but I think it comes with good, you know, good a good reason. It has something behind it, and they are trying to fund something that sounds like bigger. And if they can pull it off, it's going to be a good investment. So this is one that I say I'm a strong buy on. Watch it, get into the Discord, pay attention. There might be ways of getting whitelisted or pre-launch and being able to nab one, so you don't have to fight a gas war. So look into it right away. This is one that I say is a buy for sure. I've been hearing about it for a while now, so that's the buy for the day. I've got one for watching today as well. This one I just kind of stumbled upon. I think it's a really cool project. Maybe what you'd say is currently undervalued or not known about as much. Have you seen this one, Tracy?
No, no. It looks cool though.
Yeah, this is Broadcasters. Their Broadcasters dropped today, actually, here on 9/21, I believe. They have 7,777 pieces of art that are randomly generated from 300 traits. And you can see the cool thing about having that many traits is they are also all very unique in the way that they look. And they're minting for 0.04 ETH. And then another cool part of it is they have the early Broadcaster comics. So these have already been minted. People own them. They're available on OpenSea, but this gives you basically a whitelist to get one of the Broadcasters. These have already sold and are listed for over a half ETH. So there's at least some buzz there. It does also show that this may or may not sell out, and this price is probably pretty fair. There's, I think, 500 of these mint passes, and their floor is around 0.5, 0.6. There's 7,000 of these, and the price is 0.04. So currently, I don't know if it's one that's going to go crazy, but I think with how cool the art is, the different things they're doing, I mean, you can see their mint pass comics. They're pretty cool. They took into account different projects.
Yeah, that's really cool. You don't see that normally with mint passes,
Right,
right? They're
right.
just.
Yeah, they're all usually like a blanket
Mm-hmm.
image, and they made all of these different with different numbers, and it's cool that they also brought in other projects that have been released throughout this long history
Right,
of
right.
NFT projects, right, going back a few months. But I really like that about them. The other thing that is pretty cool about them is, much like the pandas that we were mentioning just an episode ago, they are giving back. If you hold a broadcaster or an EBC, an early one of the early comic books, broadcaster comics, you get money back. You get 25% of the royalties in the secondary sales market. So
Wow.
if you are an early comic book holder, you get 25% of those sales plus 1% of the broadcasters. If you're a broadcaster, you see based on your common traits what you get. So it's pretty cool that they're giving back. I think that there's some some real hope for this project. I think, like I said, a little bit of an undervalue, maybe an unknown one to watch.
And this is already launched, you said?
This is launching today. The broadcasters are launching
Okay.
today. The early comics already did, but this is what I would call the sleeper. If it gets some more buzz around it, if it gets the word out, and I think they will. I peeked at them down there. They have looks like a pretty strong team. I also, another little thing that I like is that they are showing themselves.
Right.
So you're a little more comfortable knowing that it's probably not a rug pull, which is always my biggest fear and why I do as much homework as I do. But I think that you're safe in this one. They've got a really strong, big team. They've got funding behind them, which means that they have the funds already to execute.
Yep. And they're committed then.
They're
So,
committed.
for
They
sure.
they probably have somebody to answer to on that. So that's pretty cool. So that's my project to watch for the day. Mechaverse, the project to buy, and then just a piece of news here today that I want to share with you. Tracy's friend here, Snoop, came
Yeah.
out. Yeah, yeah. Not sure if you guys have heard of Cosmo Medici. He, or this unknown person at the time, has been kind of discussing, giving information, helping in the NFT universe. Um, he we found out that it's a he, supposedly, that he's been teasing that he's going to come out with his identity. And then Snoop Dogg actually dropped that it was him. Now, I haven't confirmed this independently, but I thought that that was pretty cool that you have Snoop Dogg behind this, that he is actively in the space talking. I mean, if you go through the Twitter account, that's what it's all about. It's really cool. Like, I read that Medici helped Jason Derulo buy a punk, like
Oh, how cool.
walked him through how to do that. So you had to figure it's probably somebody predominant, um, you know. But it's pretty cool that Snoop's in the building. He's not only somebody interested in working with NFTs, launching NFTs, but he's somebody that's willing
Helping.
to
Yeah.
help, to further it, to give knowledge about it, and he's spending time with it, which is pretty cool. I mean, I think if you're watching this video right now, you're in the right space. We're doing the right thing. It's heading in the right direction. Yeah, I know that sounds kind of silly because Snoop Dogg said so, but let's be real. That is why.
I agree.
Like he knows what he's doing. He pulls a lot of sway and influence, and he makes a lot of correct business decisions. So if you're watching this right now, you're making a good business decision, and we want you to keep following us, subscribe, comment, ask questions, get involved. We're here to bring value to you. So please bring it on. Subscribe, like us, be a part of this, and we really appreciate you. Thank you.
Thanks.